Alright, YouTube, as you guys have all been waiting for, it finally blew. I'm laughing about it. I've been waiting for it to blow for a little bit because honestly I was getting sick of smoke out of the tailpipes. I was getting sick of the mystery of wondering when it's gonna blow. So fingers crossed this next run. Also fingers crossed that I get another engine and new turbos. I'm almost positive that it is going to happen. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. I've already talked to all the guys over at Infinity about like taking certain parts off of my car to make it work under warranty, so should be good to go. I'm assuming that I'm gonna get a new engine and turbos. Like I said, fingers crossed. Any wood to knock on? This is wood. There we go. So I'm assuming it's gonna happen. You guys are gonna be obviously updated in the process of, you know, how it goes and if I get approved or not. I'm supposed to know tomorrow. I'm getting it, not tomorrow, 2 days I'm gonna get a diagnosis, and I'm meeting the guy at Infinity, the master tech, who I already know, and he's just got to go over the engine and diagnose and everything. So as you guys may or may not be able to see, I got my hands nice and dirty. I'm freaking beat these shorts up and everything. I don't even care, it's fun. I'm working on this engine. Been out here for probably like 4 hours grinding on it. So HKS blow-off valves are not easy to put on and off. Like, I don't care how skilled you are, like, this is why. Because this little vacuum hose right here, I can barely even get a damn GoPro in here to see it. This little vacuum hose is such a pain because it only goes right back to this hose right there. It's really small, this hose. It's like a 90-degree angle right now. That's because I just cut the hose that was already in the blow-off valve kit. This hose right here, see what happens here is one end goes to one vacuum line, the other end goes to the other vacuum line. They both meet here, and then this little T-head right here creates the little vacuum hose that I have right here that goes 3 ways, just so I can go from here, and then these other 2 lines where it spreads go to the vacuum lines right here on the blow-off valves. So yeah, so I had to take these off. That was one thing I had to take off. And I wish I didn't have to take anything off, but I get it. It makes sense. The fact that they're even going to consider, you know, the fact that they're not even going to consider, I have a really strong feeling that they are going to go ahead and go through the engine. I would say that they are going to go ahead and do it, but I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm just going to say it's probably almost 100% chance. So far, as you guys can see, I've been taking this apart. Got to put the OEM couplers on real quick. Which seems easy. That part's not too bad. It's just this engine bay is so tight, you guys. Like, it's really hard to freaking work on this thing. I'm not gonna lie. Props to anybody or everyone who does do all of their, you know, upgrades and everything. HKS blow-off valves are a pretty hard one. The add one catch can actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't the hardest one, but I got it out. They don't want to have that. They don't want to, you know, see that at the dealership. So what they told me, they need to be able to take a picture of like a stock engine bay. So went ahead, and the hardest thing to do was to get this vacuum line back on. My God, finally got it. I got this stock coupler on, good to go there. And then yeah, the catch can, what I wound up doing was, so it's right here is one outlet. So basically the catch can and the vacuum line are like the same thing. They're just an intermediate to 2 outlets. So there was one hose initially going on the vacuum line, from here to, can barely even see it. It's basically a small little elbow. I can't, yeah, it's hard for me to get this little GoPro even in there. But basically what I did was, there's a vacuum line that was going from over here down under, and then there's another one right here. And so there, one line over here was going to the T. The other line right here was going to the T, just so I could have like this 3-way plastic piece right here. And so basically what I did was I took one side off, as you guys can see. The other side, what I did was I wound up just cutting it shorter. I cut it really, really short, just so it would go back up to here and reconnect like the stock factory OEM one did, which this factory OEM one was like this long with like a little angle. It was kind of like bent like that so it could fit here perfectly. I had to keep cutting that hose down piece by piece to make sure it fit perfectly because I didn't want to cut too much. So I wound up getting it to fit perfectly with no kink. At first it had too much extra slack and it was kinking, and I gotta have it right if I'm turning it in. I can't have them go to fire it up and have an issue when it's all said and done because of my fault, and then you know, I could void warranty. So did that vacuum line. With the catch can, I did a similar thing. I ran the hose right here that went to the catch can right there, and then the one end of the catch can went right back to right here. The catch can was kind of like a mediator, so what I did was took the catch can out. I cut the line right here, this line anyways, because that looked a little harder to get to than this one, and so I just left that on. And the line, that line right there that went from here to the catch can, I just went ahead and cut short, and then I went ahead and stuck it back in there. So now there's no catch can. Might have to get some more tubing or hose afterwards when I get the car back to put the catch can back in. Yeah, so all I got left to do is this coupler right here, and I'm good, thank God. It's been a long day. But just so you guys know what happened with this thing when it blew. So just driving it completely normally, everything seemed fine, and then all of a sudden it just started running funny. It stalled out on me at the stoplight. I'm like, okay, this has never ever happened. Went to start it up. It did not want to start, guys. I had to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. I finally got it to start driving home, and the heat indicator was getting way hot because it was obviously overheating like crazy because I got a blown head gasket. And yeah, man, so I barely got home, to be honest with you. I had to start it. It stalled. Thank God it got me all the way to my street, and I'm like, yes, like barely made it to my street. And then it stalled out like 5 times or something on my street, and I don't have a long street to go down, so I didn't want to push it, so I just kept starting it. It did make it. So results that I've noticed so far from working in the engine bay and everything, things that I've seen, I see this. I'll get my phone light on here for you guys. I see this right here. See that? There's a puddle of coolant right there that was never there. So, and also another weird thing down in here. Oops. See that? There's a pocket of coolant hanging out right there. I don't know if it came out of the intake. I don't know how the hell that got there, but that was never there. I know for a fact. So that's new since it blew up. So I got coolant there, coolant here. Let's see what's over here. None over here, but underneath the car, up under here. So underneath the car, I got some coolant there. And if you guys can see, there is like probably can't even see it, but there's a bunch of coolant leaking out from underneath of the engine as well. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, so there's just coolant leaking out everywhere ever since this went down. So, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know an update once again, of course. So yeah, Friday night she blew up. Here I am taking everything apart, putting the stock parts back on. And then once I'm done putting stock parts back on, she's getting towed tomorrow. I have a meeting in 2 days with the head tech at Infinity to see they're going to cover me under warranty. And yeah, so I'll let you guys know. I will know in 2 days if they're going to cover it or not. So I will probably just make a quick little video saying that they are covering it or they're not. Or maybe I'll just make it a surprise and either show you the Infinity when it's done or show you guys when I'm paying for it. So hopefully it's the first one. I do not want to pay for this. So, alright guys, just so you have an update, just want to let you guys know. So, alright, until next time, stay tuned.